I just wanted to show that off.
Booty pop, and then we'd walk. Down, and you're gonna bring it through. You know, there is little things that you can do, just like little cheeky playing with the hair. Tiny, tiny, tiny waist.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Bikini, a new tour wellness. And that is an NPC FMG back pose. Almost like you're riding a motorbike with that wrist. So like, I know, it's a weird sensation.
Well, this means I got the booty.
And hinge a little bit more. Free the toes! Person that's standing out, why? It's usually because of their posing. So my first tip would be,
hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with the amazing, incredible Beck, and she owns Australian Posing School in Australia, which is like pretty much the #1 posing school in Australia or the world.
I like to say the world.
Yeah.
Definitely, we're here in Sydney, and then we also are available online. So in the world, let's go with that.
And you have so many clients that train with you online from the US and internationally. I was doing online with her in Thailand, and I originally came to Australian Posing School when I was thinking about competing, and I came in and did an in-person session here, and it was the funniest thing ever because I wish we had video, we probably do, of me, the beginning to when I competed and what poor Beck had to go through with me.
I remember your first lesson. You were like, people have to do this and they like it? I was like, yeah, and you will too.
Yeah, and she was able to get me looking like I knew what I was doing, so that if that says anything about how amazing she is, like, you're just incredible. And I'm super excited today because we're gonna kind of show posing throughout the different federations, but I also just wanted to chat with Beck about the school, all the stuff about it, how it started and beyond.
Yeah, it's so good to have you, and I can't wait. Posing is a crazy, crazy world. It is super niche.
Yeah.
I still think my parents go, what does she do as a full-time job?
Yeah.
But it is so incredibly game-changing when it comes to being an athlete. And then especially for women, it definitely changes how they hold themselves and carry themselves for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky that I'm able to help lots of women around the world kind of figure out who they are.
Yeah.
And it is through posing that we can kind of gain confidence as well.
You think when you're about to compete that the training and the nutrition is so important, which obviously it is, but the posing is so important. It really like makes or breaks somebody on stage.
Yeah, we always, well, our tagline, which is very controversial, is a better poser will always beat a better body. And especially now, if you step on stage and you haven't practiced your posing, or you haven't found the right poses for you, and you can't show the judges your amazing physique, it's definitely going to impact your score. And I'm a judge as well, and from my personal judging experience, sometimes you know a competitor has a particular muscle group, and it can be really frustrating when we desperately want to be able to judge it, but when they can't potentially show it in the best way possible, you know, their placing impacts it. So posing many, many years ago was definitely, you know, some people did it, some people didn't prioritize it. It was okay. Now, if you go on stage, holy moly, you could not get away with it. You know, you can, the ones that don't have a posing coach or don't practice their posing, they stand out for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. What I would love to do today with you and to show you and show everyone at home is, with posing, there are so many different federations across the world. Firstly, each of them have different posing. So yes, every single federation in the world has different posing to a certain degree. The two biggest ones that I would say at the moment in Australia and the US, they're definitely growing in other countries as well, is NPC FMG and then FMG. They're probably the two big ones that are emerging. There are so many others. I mean, there are over 20 other different federations, maybe even 30, maybe even 40 across the world. and some of their posing is similar to what I'm going to show you today, but I think it's just really important that for anyone that is looking at posing, depending on their federation and division, their posing will change. So they've got to do their homework. But I thought what would be really fun is to do a bit of NPC FMG and then a bit of FMG, and they are so different. They're a completely different vibe, and you'll love it or you'll hate it.
And to help us with FMG posing today, we have my beautiful, amazing friend Alicia. And she competed last year. She's going to compete again next year, and she's amazing at posing. So I was like, we need her because I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Not that bad. That's me. I go, you're not that bad. She's not bad.
But I've never done FMG stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you're not FMG. Not yet.
So yeah, we have amazing Alicia here to help us out as well.
All right, let's do it. Okay. Do you want to start with, why don't we do FMG first, because that is the best one that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
So why don't we usually start here. Is that going to be a pain in the ass? I'll move you here. Okay. All right. So we're going to come here. Tiff, why don't you do it as well?
Okay.
Because you both have similar physiques.
Okay,
you both similar height.
Okay,
You'd
I'll
probably
do
do similar.
Maybe it'll spark a little something.
A little something. Okay, so why don't we start with the front pose? I'm going to get both of you ladies on the front line for me. So to start off with, we are going to do federation posing for FMG. Now, based on both of your structures, we're actually going to do wellness posing. Now, wellness posing is bottom heavy. Okay, so a clear imbalance between the upper and the lower. So you've got to have more density in the upper compared to, say, a bikini athlete, but your lower, which is both your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves, all your lower should be more like denser than your up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. With divisions, you've got bikini. With the FMG, you've got bikini, bikini athletic, wellness, fitness, figure.
And do you ever have clients that come to you and they're not sure what category they're in?
All the time. This one as well. So,
really?
Yeah. We're thinking either bikini athletic or, no, maybe. Well, maybe 3. It just depends on her growth.
Yeah.
And what would you, I feel like the bikini athletic, because they have that in PCA too, and a lot of federations are now, what would be the difference with bikini athletic and wellness and bikini?
So bikini is nice, full muscle bellies, nice level of leanness, but nothing too hard. So usually no crazy visible six packs. Of course, those bikini athletes, when they're at the gym, you can see their abs, but on stage, no visual hardness of the abdominals, no crazy separation in those glutes, just a nice, beautiful, soft, full bikini athlete. Then you almost think kind of starts at that base level. Then the next one is bikini athlete, more muscle, more lines, right? Then you go to wellness, which is probably on the same par as the same conditioning as bikini athletic, but a lot more size in the lower body and probably slightly a little bit more size in the upper, or just you've got to have that clear imbalance. And then from there is fitness. So I would say, so with fitness, I would say that when I have an athlete that is symmetrical, so it's quite balanced, that's when I have the conversation, okay, maybe you're bikini athletic or fitness. It's almost like wellness doesn't come into, because they're balanced. Whereas for this beautiful lady, she definitely has more mass in the lower at the moment. And it just depends on how she leans out, because everyone, sometimes in their off season, women especially, we carry more size in our legs. Even on myself, this is where I carry all my fat. And often it is just fat. And so once they start to diet and do their prep, you're like, where did all that size go in the legs? But based on, I think, both of your physiques, today we do wellness posing. My best tip for anyone that is thinking of or unsure, one, find a good coach that can kind of just help you steer you in that right direction. And I think as an athlete yourself, be open to competing in maybe more than one if the federation allows it. And then also just be open to changing your posing or open to moving federation or moving divisions as your physique changes, because sometimes an athlete can get so set on a dream of being a wellness athlete and they're so obsessed by it. And then when I have that conversation, I'm like, actually, I think we need to move into bikini athletic.
Yeah.
Their world is shattered, but then they win bikini athletic and then they're like, I don't care, I won.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that was, I came 5th in wellness and 3rd in bikini athletic.
Oh, no way.
I wasn't going to do bikini athletic.
Wow, interesting. I was so set on bikini, and then my coach was like, there's no way.
No way. Right? And that's the thing, like you could have done bikini and probably come 8th.
Yeah.
And then you could have just done wellness and stayed in that placing. And it also depends on who shows up.
But now
as well.
I own it. I'm like, oh, wellness means I got the booty.
You got the density in the legs, So for today, we're going to do wellness. I would say the most popular division still, no matter what federation, is bikini.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
So if you look at my physique and you look at these two, I'm bikini.
Yeah.
These
well,
two,
maybe you
I'm
could
all
demo
wellness.
a little of the bikini too.
Yeah, or I can just kind of explain how we would kind of make different shapes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to start with the front pose.
Okay.
So for wellness, we're going to start with a quad shot. Now, this sometimes can work and it sometimes cannot work. But basically what it is like Alicia's done there, both of our feet are turned out. Now they're not like duck flippers, okay? So we don't want to go too far out, but they're facing the corners. We're going to do, which I know you're really good at, we're going to do an anterior tilt. And I know you know these legs from your front pose too, okay? Hands just placed on the quads to start, okay? I want to, come on, I know that you can push back more. Come on.
It's been a while.
Externally rotate those knees. There we go. See how now those abductors are turning on?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that glute? Look at that little glute shaft coming on. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, good.
Been
Oh,
a
she's
long
shaking. This one's like, I'm shaking, please hurry up. So really nice legs, okay? Very good if you've got amazing quads. How good your quads are. Jesus, holy moly.
I haven't been working out. Let's give myself
Wait,
some
if I got
grace.
my quads, it'd probably be like a quarter of like both of your sizes. So from here, we're just gonna add a little hand. So both of our hands are gonna come up to the corners and they're gonna place on top of our heads nice and softly. So with FMG, it stands for Fitness, Muscle, Glamour. So it's very pretty and very soft, okay? Almost a little bit of dancified, but not dancing. It's still bodybuilding,
I feel like I'm gonna be like, spare fingers.
because the outfit too. Let's place our hands down just on the sides of our quads. 3, 2, 1. Hands are going to come up softly. They're going to place on top of our head. Hold for 1, 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring them in front of our face, making an X. So from here, we're going to bring them down, cross over the décolletage, off the shoulders and down. Okay, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. Up we go. Land on the top of our head softly. Hold 3, 2, 1. Down and off and on our quads. Nice. Good job, ladies. You are doing it. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay. Now, in this position for wellness, really important that you don't flare your lats. So we don't want to become super big throughout that upper. We just want to almost relax that upper altogether. Okay, we're going to go into the second front pose. Do you want to do your, big legs? Now, today we won't do transitions because that's a whole nother thing, and then I'll probably need this video for about 25 hours. But we're just going to do some really favorite key. We're going to do maybe some front poses and some back poses. I think they're the best ones. With FMG and with FMG, it's always quarter turns, and we always quarter turn to the
Right.
to the right. If you ever get stuck, you can look at our mirror. But we always quarter turn to the right. So with FMG, no matter what division, you're always doing quarter turns, okay? Today, we'll just do some half turns. So from this front pose, we're going to go into, I like to maybe not be super professional, but I kind of call it a big bitch pose. And what that is it's when your legs, it's almost like your legs look gigantic, and it is also the best bang for your buck pose, okay? So, Alicia, why don't you show us how you get into it without Tiffany having a freak out? That's it there.
Okay.
She's like, I haven't posted in so long. I'm like, anterior tilt.
Same.
Yeah, there we go. Don't need to twist that much.
Like that?
Yeah, just there. That's it. Look at those quads. Okay, so let's talk about this pose. So, nice shoulders, tiny little bit of lat, good midsection, small waist, glute, quads, okay? Now, I'd probably say the only muscle group that's really hiding in this is a hamstring. And I probably would say that on leash, the hamstring is probably your weakest.
It was.
It was, sorry, it was. It was. Judges, it was hers. But that's why this pose is like, it's almost the best bang for your buck. Whereas in this one, you can't see a glute.
Yeah.
You definitely can't see a hamstring either. And your waist is quite blocky. Whereas this, you get a little bit more shape, okay? So bring your hands just on your quads. So exactly, so feet, one foot is pointing to one corner, one foot is pointing to the other. We're going to softly hinge back and twist. That's it. That's it. Lock out that left knee if you can. Again, this might be your bad side, so it might feel a bit icky, but it might be your good side too. Okay, from here, what was your hands in this one? Okay, let's do some little different ones. Okay, so from here, our left hand is going to come up softly on our left, and we're going to tuck it down. Elbow is going to slightly face to the back, because when we go out to the sides with these elbows, what happens is we get more mass, okay? So this is the difference between, if Leash was going to do bikini athletic, we'd probably keep the elbow slightly here, whereas if we were to do wellness, we'd probably even lower it a little bit more and bring it back so that it appears smaller to the judges. So you can change your arms and your legs depending on your division and depending on what your strengths and weaknesses are, okay? All right, so we're gonna just hold it, probably there. Okay, and we're gonna bring your hand up, and it's almost like you're riding a motorbike with that wrist, so like, I don't know, it's a weird sensation. Yeah, there we go. And just place that hand softly on the quad. Okay, nice. You still got it after all this time. I'm proud of you. Okay, from here, okay, so we would come 1, 2, 3, up, okay? Now this hand, I want it to go up to the corners. You're going to come around the back, grab your hair, and you're gonna bring it through. Now, as you can see, all three of us have 3 different lengths. Of course, with this young lady here, she can't do a whole lot of hair flicks, okay? So it's about really playing with this hairstyle that you have. If you have a bob, you gotta play to it, and you can actually have fun. Like, you know, there is little things that you can do, just like little cheeky playing with the hair. But with this federation, you're able to play with your hair, you're able to move a lot, whereas with other federations, you usually aren't, okay? So let's try that again, placing our hair on our back. So for anyone with short hair, when you do this, just almost like run your finger like underneath it. Yeah, just to have a bit of fun and sass. Okay, 3, 2, 1, hand comes up, goes around, and bring it through. Now, for those ladies that have hair, long hair, sorry. She has no hair, you and I. What we're going to do is we're going to get our hand, we're going to pick it up to the opposite shoulder. We're going to run it across and flick it off. Okay? All right? Yeah. We're going to put those 2 moves together. Okay? Are you ready? So in the front pose, let's start with the front pose. Yep. Okay. From here, 3, 2, 1. Hands come up, up, up. Land. Hold 3, 2, 1. Around the face. Sometimes looking at your hands, it just really helps with stage presence, and down. From here, now, Tiff, if you just want to go left, right, that's okay, but we're going to go from here into that big pose. So from here, we're going to go around and back. That's it. Left hand is going to come up and look at it as you look down. That's it. Right hand comes up, gets that hair, brings it through. That's it. Hold 3, 2, 1. Girls with long hair, bring it up and flick it off. Okay? Really important that you don't move through these poses super fast, because judges are trying to judge your physique. So even if you were to land into here, just holding 3, 2, 1, even just bringing your hand up, 3, and moving that head, trying to find eye contact with the judges, and then you'd almost bring your hair up and do that. Does that make sense? So really important that we're not super hurricanes or waving our big arms like those things at the car sales, you know, that do this. We don't want to do that, okay? It's about being beautiful, elegant, and strong, okay? Does that make sense with those 2 front poses?
Yes.
All right, should we do the back?
Yeah.
Let's do the back. How does it feel compared to the posing that you're used to?
It feels like nice and flowy.
Yeah. And touchy, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever get stuck, you can always just like run your fingers through your hair, fingers on the shoulders, up the torso.
Like it feels more like feminine, you know?
It is. It's a lot more. And the one thing that I love about FMG posing, I think the biggest thing that I love about FMG is that you can pose for your physique.
Yeah.
All the other federations, there is a pose and you have to do it, and you either fit into it or you don't.
Yeah.
Whereas with FMG, if you have an imbalance, if you have an injury, scoliosis, anything, then you just do a pose that works for it. And I think that that is really empowering.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a huge market for it as well.
And it's a more like fun, where like all the other ones are more like rigid. Like even when you were helping me with PCA, like it was more like, okay, gotta nail this one.
And there's
go
no
to the next one. Yeah,
there's no alternative. It's like, this is the front pose, good luck. You know, that's really it. Whereas with FMG, it's like, well, let's create a new front pose. There's no rules. As long as you're still showing your physique, they can still see your stage number, and you're still facing the front, then you're doing a front pose, okay? Usually we'd go to the side, but we'll be here all day, so we're gonna go straight to the back, okay? So for this back one, okay? Wow, this is where the anterior tilt comes in. So for wellness, we are gonna keep our hair on keep hair on our backs, keep hair on our backs, okay? Now, hair can be a really great tool, especially if you have a lot of density in that upper, and maybe it is making you symmetrical. That is where we would play with hair. So if I were to have a client like Alicia, if she had a huge jacked upper back but she wanted to go into wellness, then maybe I would suggest putting in some hair extensions so that we can hide some back, okay? But I think she's pretty good, so I'm not worried about that at all. But we can definitely play to the hair to suit your posing. Curly if we want to be bigger, straighter if we want to be nice and lean and sleek, okay? So we play to it for that. And that also comes into posing when you think about it. So for this back pose, we're going to place our heels facing the corners, almost like we did with that front pose, the first front pose that we did. We are going to anterior tilt and hinge back, okay? So with a soft bend in our knee, we're gonna hinge back, almost imagining that there's no line underneath your glutes. Yeah, nice. You're going to look up for me, nice and tall. Good. Place those hands just on the sides of the quads. That's it. Come up a little bit taller for me. Good. Externally rotate those knees. There we go. Feel those glutes turn on when you do that. Yeah. So when we externally rotate, it can be really good because it just switches on those glutes. Important not to squeeze the glutes though, because we don't want them kissing. You know, when they go like that weird thing, we don't want that. Yeah, nice. Chest up a little bit more for me. Good. And just imagine your elbows are kind of slightly pulled back in. Yeah. Okay. And just be a little bit softer. I know it's hard. How's me? I'm like, just be really soft, please. Yeah, much better.
Am I softer?
That was better. Okay. Now with our hands, okay, we're going to do a nice little flick. I'm going to demonstrate it from the front profile so that you can see it. All right. So from here, if our hands were here, they're going to come up. Now, left hand is going to go down first. Right hand is going to go back, and you're going to grab your hair, run it, flick it off.
Oh.
So I'll show you from the back. So when you're here, up, 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 down, flick, off. How'd you go?
I don't know.
How'd you go? Well, you don't really have a lot of hair, but you can still do the movement.
Wait, so like this?
That's it.
And then...
And this one comes here. This hand really doesn't do... Yeah. And then this hand almost just glides. So it just glides around the front. All right, let's do all three. Do it together.
Okay.
All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Up, up, up. And flick off. Now, important for wellness, when we do any arms, not to go out to the sides. Why? Because it makes us look bigger. We want to almost go always quite narrow, just to make sure that we don't like push on our lats or anything like that. So when we're doing this movement, always coming up roughly to here. And also you're going to have competitors next to you, so you don't want to be too crazy out. And just when they come down, just don't be like, I'm showing my big lats, okay? Really important that we keep that hinge going, externally rotate, so that the mass of the lower takes over, and it's almost like smaller upper, lower. Okay? Makes sense? That is FMG posing. There is honestly 55,000 more moves, from T poses to big front poses, everything like that. I'd say this pose here with the legs, why don't you two do it as well? So if we were to have our legs facing the corners, now this is my good side. Was this your good side?
I think so, yeah.
Is this your good side too? How good. We didn't plan that. But left is our good side, okay? This is a very popular leg for bikini athletic, even for some fitness competitors.
Okay.
And then usually our front hand can be behind the glute,
Okay.
Either bending our elbow slightly. Okay, can you see the difference? So if we have it flat,
Yeah.
it just completely changes the physique. It also changes the delt, okay? So a
Okay.
few different styles in there. Of course, if you just be really mindful not to cheat and push hugely on your glute, okay? You could probably like secretly just like do a little touch, but we don't want to just be faking
Yeah.
it, okay?
Okay.
Really important that the posing complements your physique as well without anything being too forced.
Okay.
So from there, now with this left hand, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to do something really soft and different. It's going to come across the other shoulder, run it across as we keep going with our hand, and then we look back. Okay, 3, 2, 1, do that again. And look at it as it goes across, smiling, looking back at the judges. There, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the most, I would say 101 legs if you're going to do FMG.
Okay.
You kind of can't go wrong with that. You just got to pick your side.
Okay.
Okay? What did you think of FMG posing?
Yeah, I thought it was really like fun and flirty and sexy and feminine, and yeah, it's definitely a lot more like fun.
Yeah, and lots of
Yeah.
hair flicks and style.
Yeah.
What,
I could see like
yeah.
getting really into it, you know?
Yeah. Do you think it's your style, or are you happy with more like structured posing?
I feel like I would be more into like the FMG style with just how flowy it is.
Yeah.
It would be easier to transition and stuff, where I feel like it's so rigid going from like pose to pose.
Yeah, it's definitely, whenever I have a competitor that is on the stiffer side,
Yeah.
while it is nerve-wracking to step to a flowy style of posing, almost once they let go, it's
Yeah.
so easy.
I think the hard thing for me would be like being on stage and just like being so big.
Being
'Cause
present
I
and
like
having
more
a,
like
yeah.
just like, okay, I'm like standing, you know.
Yeah, having really beautiful stage presence is hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can do it. I know that you can do it. Okay.
like-
do you want me to do bikini and you can do wellness?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ladies, let's walk to the front of the stage. That's it. Nice. So I'm going to do bikini and Alicia is going to do wellness. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And half turn, please, ladies. And half turn to face the front. Thank you very much. You can please leave the stage. Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And winners.
I win either way. No, I'm kidding. I love it. All right, now we got the
Okay.
flowy one out of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have done that last, but now we're going to be a little bit more stiffer.
Yeah.
Now, the great thing is with all of the heels that we are wearing, so these are the Shoe Fairy Goddess heels. As you can see, mine are blinked. Okay, this is what you would have to do for FMG,
Yeah.
and then for NPC IFBB, we would just keep them clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, someone has blinged mine up, whereas yours are clear. So FMG, and then NPC. Free the toes. I saw you back away. I was like, they're not that bad. Okay, so we're going to do wellness NPC IFBB
Okay.
because I feel like we've got to play for the physiques.
Yeah.
And then I will also show you bikini on myself.
Okay, perfect.
So for NPC IFBB wellness posing, there is O1 front pose.
Okay.
And there are side, like quarter turns. So
Yeah.
front, first side, back pose, last side, and front, okay? We're going to do the front pose first.
Okay.
And we're going to continue with, I think, the side that we are actually all fortunate that it's our good side.
Okay.
I think for anyone that is trying posing, make sure that you do it on both sides. Take photos of both and compare. Because sometimes both of them feel really uncomfortable because you've never done posing before. So really important to take photos. If you're unsure, keep practicing on both sides and then you'll eventually figure out which one one is like shows more glute and which one's got a smaller waist. Okay. Or if not, just ask a professional and they should be able to help you. Okay, so with the wellness front pose, we're going to start with the L format. So back foot is facing either slightly straight or recently what a lot of girls have been doing, or women should I say, they've actually been slightly turning their back toes slightly in. What that does is it actually brings around the quad in the back leg, and it's my new favorite. So almost think the back foot's straight to the side but slightly turned in. The front foot, is the ankles are in line. So if I were to give it a letter, it would be the letter L. Okay, the letter L.
I will say I prefer this one
more than the big one
because it was the one that I did for PCA.
For PCA,
too,
yeah. Now in this one, you're going to hinge back into that opposite hip. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring our front glute into the front position and make our waist as small as possible. So we're going to hinge back, popping our front foot on the toe. Our arm is going to be roughly on our hip bone or around about that area, and our front arm out, okay? Let me just have a look at both of you just to make sure. Okay, so for you to see how your midsection is quite around to the front, what I want you to do is tuck that back in there. That's it. Now this foot, you're gonna bring it a little bit more to your right. That's it, then there we go. See how now that glute is showing in there? Squeezing that quad for me, and then we're gonna softly bring this around. That's it, keeping that, because we want to keep that tiny, tiny, tiny waist. Yeah, much better, much better. She's looking good. You did good. And this pose is very, well, you kind of do the L, I suppose, in FMG, really externally rotating that front knee. And as you can see, this woman's like shaking because it can just really hurt all of those little muscles. And this is the NPC IFBB Wellness front pose. Okay, have a rest.
And the Olympia champion is
and you'd see it all the time. You know, you'd see there's a lot of South Americans that are very blessed in the leg department, and they come forward and they just hit it so naturally. Okay, the more that you spend practicing, the better it will be. I'm going to demonstrate bikini as well because I know that is a very big popular thing for posing, and it's probably the number one that I teach as well. I'm going to teach you the front pose kind of step by step. So this is, you can do it too. This is NPC IFBB bikini front pose. So with our hips facing to the corners, with our front leg, we're going to take a soft step back. Our back foot is going to go on the toe. We want to point the foot in our heel, which can be quite tricky. We're going to hinge into our front leg and onto our main leg. Make sure that we don't hyperextend the knee. So what I mean by that is that we don't want to lock out the knee. We want to have a nice soft flexion in that knee. That allows us to pop the hamstring and the glute even more, So hips are facing the side, midsection's nice and tight. With our hands, they're going to come up and they're going to come around into that front pose. That's it, This is the bikini front pose on me. Now I'm just going to check these two ladies because I can see some little flaws. So as you can see, actually on both of you, your midsections are quite around to the front. What is okay, and this is where it's all about twisting, is we actually want to keep this to the side, and we're going to create more of an illusion. Come up a little bit taller throughout that midsection. That foot, go right on the toe. See if you can point the foot. That's better. That's better. Come up and just relax all the traps in there. Better. You're getting better than you think. Hold it there. Let me check in here. Twist, 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 twist. Almost like a side pose. That's it there. And then pull yourself up tall. So sometimes as well, because of these two are wellness girlies, is that you can sit too much into the glute. So important that we are nice and balanced for bikini. All right, 3, 2, 1, have a rest. Woo! And that is like the only front pose. Did you find that hard?
Yes. Yeah. But that was crazy. Like, you know, what you're talking about, different physiques suit different categories. It's like my physique obviously does not suit that pose, like, because it's not that category.
But bikini athletic, you would have to do that pose, right?
No, bikini athletic with FMG would do something different, whereas because this is IFBB, they don't have a bikini athletic. For IFBB NPC, fit model, bikini, wellness, figure, women's physique, and then in other countries, not here in Australia, but there's also like women's bodybuilding. So there's other rungs of it, but we go up to women's physique here. So fit model's almost like the beginner here, the less muscle, and then it goes bikini, and then into wellness. Okay. All right. Still bikini being the most I'd say, popular. All right, back pose, ladies. Okay, so we're gonna do a wellness IFBB NPC back pose first.
Okay.
Girls, it's the same as FMG legs that we did before. So our feet are going to be slightly wider than hip width apart, turning our toes out, anterior tilting, hinging, externally rotating our knees. This time our hands are going to be on the front of our quads, okay? Our head is going to be up. We're going to imagine that I'm doing a tuck back with those elbows. So I'm giving you a nice little hug. Good. Turn your quads out. So externally rotate those knees for me. Chest up a little bit more for me. Yeah, nice. All right, now I'm gonna come over to this little sucker here. Good. Imagine I'm giving you a warm little hug. Oh. There we go. Really rip those knees apart. Good. Bend and hinge a little bit more. There we go. I'd probably even go a little bit wider with your legs. Maybe a little bit in. Yeah, there we go. That's it there. Imagine that warm hug without pinching your back together. It's just about making our arms look and appear smaller than they are, okay? So you ladies hold it please in this wellness pose, and I'm gonna do a bikini one.
Okay.
Now the difference is that always our hair is on the back for both bikini and wellness, but for bikini we're symmetrical. So instead of the huge hinge, I'm actually gonna bring my arms out a little bit more so it's more hourglass frame, okay? So I'm bikini and you two are wellness. And that is an NPC IFBB back pose.
Amazing.
How'd it feel?
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do, because I know both of you are very new to this posing.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do wellness quarter turns, just run through them, and I'm gonna do bikini half turns.
Perfect.
Because bikini only has half turns. Okay? You all right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little demo of bikini first.
Okay.
So this would be IFBB NPC bikini. And here we go. This is IFBB NPC bikini. And I'm going to go into a front pose, cheeky little booty pop, and up. Now, if you've come into this front pose and your hair is still there, we would almost softly get our hair off our shoulders and up, off and up. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Transition, which means we're going in between two poses. We might do a little hair flick, or you can simply leave your hair on the back. Some ladies do a little spin, which is what I prefer on my heels. And then from here, I'm going to go out into my back pose. With IFBB and with every posing, it's always really controlled. From here, half turn to face the front. Lots of different transitions. We've got to find what works for you. And I think the biggest thing is that simple posing done at 100% is what you're after. And that is IFBB NPC Bikini. NPC IFBB Wellness. Okay, ready? Actually, I won't do the walk. I don't need to do the walk. It's the same fucking walk.
Sure.
Okay. So now I'm going to do NPC IFBB wellness posing. Now with wellness, sometimes we do actually have our hair on our shoulders just because sometimes girls have huge shoulders. So we use it to hide, or sometimes you can have it off. There's no real rule. You don't have to have it on it, but you're allowed to have it. Whereas with bikini, you would almost take it off. So from here, they would say quarter turn to the right, and we would go into a side pose. Okay, from here, quarter turn to the right. Remember, all transitions and arms you can change, okay? Really important that when you are doing wellness, see how my elbows are smaller, back, and quarter turn, please, ladies. This transition's a little tricky. It's a big one. And up, as you can see, I'm trying my best to do wellness. I'm definitely symmetrical. And from here, quarter turn to the right, into the front. And that is NPC IFBB wellness posing. We would acknowledge up, down, booty pop, and then we'd walk.
Amazing. I wanted to chat really quick about with posing for anyone watching at home, because competing has become so big, and especially like Australia, US, even in Thailand, it's so huge. And like, what are your like 3 biggest tips?
Okay, so if anyone, 3 biggest tips when it comes to posing for anyone at home is start as soon as you commit to a show. So even if you are a first timer or you don't know what division you fit in, hire a posing coach or just start absorbing, learning posing. There are so many, we have posing courses that you can just buy and watch lots of videos. There's YouTube, there's Instagram. Just start absorbing posing. Have a look at what you like, what you don't like. So just start becoming really familiar with posing. Go to shows and look at their posing. Try not to get sucked in with just the actual competition, but look at their poses. The person that's standing out, why? It's usually because of their posing. So my first tip would be, please start. My second tip would be pose in unusual environments to prepare yourself for stage. So once you start to feel semi-confident in your posing, put yourself in weird environments. What I mean by that is that pose in front of other people that you don't know, whether that's at the gym, in a room, in the corner of the weights section. Pose in front of your family, in front of your friends, your roommate, just someone that puts you, maybe gets your heart rate up and makes you a little bit nervous, because it will definitely impact you on stage. If you're fortunate enough to be able to go to group classes, we have group classes here or in your local area. If there's posing group classes, please go to them, even if you don't know anyone, because you'll just really start to understand what happens when you're nervous. Sometimes you can shake, adrenaline can do weird things as well. So that would be my biggest tip, is put yourself out there. Get out of just practicing at home, put yourself in unusual environments. And my third posing tip, oh goodness me, would be, I think the biggest thing at the moment that I'm finding is that a lot of people are putting a lot of emphasis on their time on stage when they're in front of the judges in the front line. And with posing, a lot of time on stage is spent on diagonal lines, which is kind of on the side of the back of the stage. And there's a lot of athletes at the moment that they are great at the front of the line, but when they're on the side of the stage, which judges can still see, they're having sloppy posture, they're letting their midsection go, they're having a conversation with another athlete. And personally, myself, as a coach, I would be so sad if one of my clients wasn't holding their pose, because they've worked so hard and they only get 5 minutes on stage. And also as a judge, it can also, I'm sometimes looking at that sideline going, do I want that competitor in my top? Where do I think that he or she fits? So I'd say no matter where you are on stage, whether you have just stepped out or whether you've been out there for 20 minutes and you're so tired, you are still being judged, and just pose your heart out. So they would be my 3 biggest tips.
Thank you. And then what is the number one mistake?
Whoa. Okay, I think the number one mistake that everyone makes, both male and female, is dropping their glutes.
Okay.
Sitting in an anterior tilt or having our glutes up is very uncomfortable usually for a lot of athletes. And so it's very natural that when their nerves come, adrenaline comes, they're going to naturally drop their glutes, especially when they're moving from pose to pose. I'd say that's the biggest mistake and the first thing that goes, because they want to feel comfortable and then they forget. So keep those glutes
on. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's show this wall.
Yeah.
Beautiful wall. So what's the deal with the wall?
So this is the winner's wall.
Okay.
And this is where, if any of our athletes have won, they get a photo on the wall.
Okay.
Funnily enough, I had one of my clients that competed in FMG, and she won her pro card.
Wow.
And she came off stage and she said to me, she just won her pro card, by the way. She said to me, does this mean I get to go on the winner's wall? And I said, you get to go on the winner's wall. And she was like, gosh. And so I feel like it's like, she said going on the winner's wall was better than winning a pro card. So
okay, let's show the wall.
This is the winner's wall here. So we have so many different athletes.
As we're looking at this beautiful wall with all the amazing people, there's an amazing person right here. And it's me. I just wanted to show that off.
Have you ever seen yourself on the wall?
No, that sounds like yes.
I know. It's so good. Gosh, but you look beautiful then. Well, you do now.
I love thanks.
That color.
Just then. But I loved wearing the pink.
It was so beautiful.
But this is so amazing. Yeah. Like all the different federations.
All the different winners. And I think what is so scary is that we have not put anyone up here from this year. Wow. And I've just been calculating it back, and there's over 40 more men and women that we need to put up here.
Would you ever like start to cover the rest?
Well, we thought about that, but I love it how it is. So what we're actually going to do and what we've been doing is that you have a time limit. Oh, so no. I know. So you're roughly allowed on the wall, probably I would say at the moment with our volume of amazing success, you're probably going to be on the wall for about 12 to 24 months, so 1 to 2 years. Okay. And then after that time, we have an album, which are going to be our past winners, which you can view in our waiting room, so that they're still a part of us and they're still special. They just need to now share. They had their time on the wall.
Retired.
And you know, some of these athletes that are on this wall, Amy, for example, who's over here, she's now gone on to have 2 beautiful little twins. So a lot of them are in now different stages.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe like I love Amy, but maybe it's time for her to get off the wall. You know, and put a brand new athlete up that's had an amazing season. So I love being able to watch athletes' faces for the first time when they see themselves. I'm like, oh my God, that's me on the wall.
And speaking of this, so how long have you been in business?
Okay, so I first started as a posing coach in roughly 16, 17. Okay. I started competing at myself 2013, but decided to start like teaching 2016, 17. 2017 is where I really started to take it up a notch, but I still had a full-time job. So it was definitely a side hobby. Yeah. And then I started to work and help another coaching team because they needed someone to help posing, and there was no one that was specialized in posing at the time. So we then opened this studio 4 years ago, so I've been here for that long, going into our 5th year, which is super exciting.
And now you have a whole team as well.
Yes, we have a team of seven staff members, including coaches, and then I also have staff in America because we have a complete online school called the Posing School. Okay. I just went live with them yesterday actually, and there's close to 1,000 people, mainly in the US, that have purchased one of our posing courses. We have courses for fit model, bikini, wellness, figure, bodybuilding, classic physique, men's physique, so very much IFBB NPC style. We're currently writing a new course for something else, which we did today. I don't know if you like that I can put 2 and 2 together. I can't tell it's 2 yet, but we'll be uploading
that. And the website, can you say the website?
That's theposingschool.com. So just theposingschool.com is the courses.
Yes.
And I created that in 2022, so we've had it since then. Australian Posing School is more this studio, bricks and mortar. We're a service-based, so we have private lessons, group classes, lots of different workshops on offer from federations come here and use our space. We hire it out as well. We have our amazing athlete program, which you did.
Yeah, so let's chat more. So I did the athlete pro. Originally I came in and I did like one session one-on-one to get the feel, and then I ended up, when I went back to Thailand, joining the athlete program. So let's chat about that. So your athlete program.
So the athlete program here at APS is like our iconic program. There's a few different reasons why I created it right at the beginning. So I did it the first ever season that I was going to go all in on posing. I decided to create this program because I used to just allow competitors to book me randomly. But personally as a coach, I wanted to make sure that the athlete, there was accountability and duty of care. And I was so sad when sometimes I would do so many lessons with an athlete, or 1 or 2, and invest so much time, and then they wouldn't practice, and then they would go on stage and their posing was horrible. So the athlete program, it was almost like a bit of what the athletes needed and what I wanted as a coach. We brought it together so that athletes felt truly supported the entire time, and that they had a structured program that could get them from the beginning to the end. And they had this amazing community, because I think that's one thing that we're really known for. And I'm so grateful here at APS that we have an amazing community of supportive men and women that are from all different walks of life. So the athlete program, usually it starts, depending on when you are in prep, you can do it in your off season. We do 2 intakes a year. They go for 6 months. We've kind of have restructured our athlete program because all of the new shows that are coming. They include private lessons, weekly check-ins. So every week you send me your posing and a video diary, and I respond and review so that you know what to work on for that week moving forward. We have group chats. We now have amazing posability workshop, which is all about posing mobility, preparing your body for it. So we've now implemented that as of this year, and that carries over for next year. Amazing apparel, from posing bikinis to show day robes to our new pants that I'm wearing.
I love that.
We've got new hats and things like that. We've also got a brand new athlete hub, which has lots of different posing technique videos.
Nice.
There is so much more. Unlimited support. I think that's the biggest thing, is that if you were to come and just book a posing coach, I'm sure that if you messaged her at 7 o'clock in the morning, she'd probably respond 5 days later. Whereas here at Australian Posing School, if you're on that program, girl, I'm on my phone at like 5 a.m. usually responding to all of the messages. Just making sure with prep, it can be really overwhelming and no one else gets it. And so here we want to make sure that you feel heard and that you feel like we've got your back.
I highly suggest, especially if it's your first prep, because for me, obviously you have the support of your coach, but then it was so nice. There were so many things that I would come to you for, and you're like, this is normal, or like, oh my God, how many like meltdowns I would have. And then even, like you said, the accountability, because how many times were there moments where you were like, Tiffany, you didn't
do your check-in.
Like do your check-ins. And I was like, oh, I feel like shit. And she would be like, that doesn't matter. Like, do your check-ins, and like, it's all in your head. And having that support made such a huge difference, especially like first time competing. I can't even imagine if I didn't have that, how I would have gotten through that.
I often think, how did I compete back in the day by myself? And I got taught posing by my coach at the time, who was a male, and I didn't know what I was doing. I felt really lost and really overwhelmed, and I did feel really alone because none of my friends and family knew the extremes that I was going to. And so being on the athlete program, there's no matter where you are in the world, like we've had competitors, Thailand, India, the UK. We've got, I think next year we've got one that's in Israel, New Zealand, America, Germany. So that, and a lot of them as well, your coaches, we actually was a little bit, but a lot of main coaches are online now. So, and they don't have that community element, whereas because we've got the group chats and we make it really personal, no one ever feels alone. Like you know, so that's why, and that's why we're so popular.
Still doing the photo shoot at the end too?
Yes. So we've just done an add-on. So now, because we're finding some girls were loving photo shoots, some girls were doing them their own. So I've actually booked for the next athlete program. I've already booked the photo shoot that we're doing. It's a secret, but we do these amazing photo shoots to celebrate the prep, and also it's just a really nice way where we can all come together. And you did it. What did you think?
That's what I was gonna say. That was one of the best parts for me. Well, first of all, like one of the top things was, as silly as it is, it was getting the robe and wearing it on behind stage, and it said my name all blinked out, and I loved that. And then after I competed, I flew to Australia from Thailand, and I did the photo shoot. I think it was like the weekend after. And that was just so fun, because it was not only like so nice to not have to like think of booking my own thing and like all that, but then it was so nice because it was like all these girls that I didn't get to meet. Everyone was from different federations, and then we did that amazing photo shoot
in the sand.
And then I loved Vanessa so much, and like it was like very like Burning Man, which was so cool and exciting.
Your photos were so good.
And I just think that was one of the best parts. And we've done them, I think I've got to calculate, but I think we're close to over 20 photo shoots, and I try and do photo shoots that you couldn't do by yourself. So we sometimes do studio shoots here for group shoots, but I try and get wild props. But we've done everything. We've done super yachts, we've done snakes, we've done horses. Still on my list is I really, really want to do a plane. That's like on my next list. I want to do like a bougie plane. I don't need to go inside a plane, just like stand on the stairs. Like we're all in the air.
Could you imagine? Just go Virgin
That's
domestic.
When I was imagining, I was like, you book out a plane and we're all in the air. Like,
how rich do you think I am?
On the
man, I need to add some more zeros to the athlete program.
We're like doing our walks through the
not a bad idea.
That actually would be epic.
But I really want to do a plane.
Yeah.
That is on my list. I want to do waterfalls.
Nice.
The trouble with waterfalls is that they're so far away from everyone's cars. So I can't be like, hey, we're going to do a photo shoot, but you have to walk 5 kilometers in. So there's that. And I've got a really exciting shoot that's already booked for May, which we've never done before, which includes water and actually getting like immersed in water. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah, and it was nice too because you had us all like the hair and makeup. She had like appointments for us, so
all organized.
It's just nice because like that kind of stuff would have overwhelmed me, and all I was thinking about was my competition. That it was like nice to have all that just set up and ready.
That's all you have to do is literally just join the athlete program. It's all done.
Yeah.
Because your hair and makeup was sorted, your time that you had to be here was sorted, how to get to the next location was sorted, your photographer was sorted, all done. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want anyone watching at home to know about Australian Posing School or you?
I think that if you are new to bodybuilding or if you've been in the industry for a while, it's just understand that you will keep growing as an athlete no matter what happens with your physique and your journey with bodybuilding. When it comes to posing, be open to change, be open to learning. I'm continually learning what works for a competitor, what doesn't. Find your unique style and go with it. Don't worry about what the top Olympian is doing because sometimes you might not be able to execute it and then it might not look good on your physique. So I think it's about just one, always practice your posing, even in your off seasons, even if it's just a walk or a pose, just still don't forget it because it will hurt when you eventually go back to it. And don't be scared to start. It's not like the traditional dancing industry, you know, back in the day where it was really bitchy. I really feel like the posing industry with all of our athletes, everyone is from different walks of life, from 60-year-old, you know, grandmas to 20-year-old uni students, to you know, people that have full-time jobs in the city. So there's basically every single type of male and female that comes here, and just to start, and that would be my biggest advice, is just to start. And we're always open for new clients. We have private lessons, group classes here in the studio. We also do private lessons online. All of our lessons are 60 minutes and they're fully recorded. And as long as they suit our time zone, but we do early morning sessions and evening sessions as well, just to help with our international clients.
And how can people get a hold of you, find everything?
So we have, probably the easiest way is through Instagram or through our websites, australianposingschool.com.au or theposingschool.com. You can follow both of us on Instagram. It's usually me behind the Instagrams as well, so I quite like talking to all of the athletes. So if you ever need it, drop a DM, or my personal Instagram is Beck with 2 C's, so BECC the Poser. So Beck the Poser.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was so incredible. I feel like anyone watching at home is going to get so much information out of this. And if you're watching at home and you're going to start your journey with Beck, I'm so excited for you because she is just, we didn't get to show today how much just your personality when you're teaching posing, and it's just like the best, like just the best on every level.
If you want to laugh, just come and see me.
Like you'll just have such a good time. So I am jealous of anyone who gets to pose with you. I'm like, you're mine. No, and then
you can share. It's okay. I can share. There's a lot of me to go around.
I just love you so much. So I appreciate you doing this video.
You're so welcome. I love it.
You.
When are you going to compete again next?
I don't know, maybe next year, we'll see. I want to do a natural show, so I would either like to switch to like IFBB naturals, or I don't know, PCA, maybe PCA again, we'll see.
I'm excited.
But we'll see.
Stay tuned. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
And that's it.
And I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys for watching.